pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome. First order of business, a couple housekeeping details. One, if you have a cell phone on you, you would be so kind as to silence it or turn it off during the meeting. We would appreciate that. Second, for those of you who wish to address the board during the non-agenda visitors section, there are slips of paper in the room just outside. If you'd be so willing to fill that out and turn that in so that we know who you are and call them. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. Callie, roll call, please.
Cheryl Armstrong. Here. Jeff Breedson.
Here.
Dave Earp. John Hedges.
Here.
Ashley Overton. Here. Jacob Uphoff.
Here.
Dale Ryder.
Here. Okay, item 2, reception of visitors. Under the agenda visitors, 2.1A, Mattoon Middle School Read Across America Mattoon book presentation. Mrs. Minger. 2 students, Addison Perkins and Landon Brown, correct? Mr. and Mr. Brown and Mr. and Mrs. Perkins are in the.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. Please
I'm
go ahead.
Ingrid Mayer, the librarian at the middle school, and if you can just take it from here.
As I said, my name's Addison. This is our 24th year doing the Read Across Mattoon program, and this program is only possible because of all of the generous donations made by the community.
My name is Landon Brown. The name of our book this year is Glitch. It is a sci-fi book and is written by Laura Martin. It is about how 2 kids have the ability to travel back in time and are trying to stop other people who can travel back in time from ruining the whole timeline and destroying the world.
To choose our books, we look off of the Rebecca Cottle list. Rebecca Cottle was a very famous librarian at U of I, and every year there is a set of books that is dedicated to her as a special list for Illinois. And we start with that list and decide from there what books we like, what books we think would be good. And slowly we start to add in some of our own ideas, and eventually we narrow it down to one book, which this year just happens to be Glitch. And so we go around and present it to the community in many different places. We drop off books to the public library, and our biggest thing is that when you receive a book, that after you read it, you pass it on so everybody can read across Mattoon. If you would like a copy of the book, they will be at the public library, and I think Minger's leaving them outside too.
Yep, we'll give one to board members, but we'll put a pile outside on the little table. Any questions?
So did you read all of the books that were recommended then to decide, or?
Usually, our group is personally not big fans of graphic novels, so we usually cross those out.
Okay.
And then from there, people will just randomly read and choose however they want, and then we kind of help each other out and give summaries so that we can kind of, without having to read all of the books, get an idea of what we do and don't like.
Awesome. I enjoyed the one you had last year. It was very good.
How do you get put on the committee?
A Google form goes out to the entire school at the beginning of the year, and it's all like by choice, just wanting to be able to read and do all this.
Is this your first year?
I've been in reading committee all 3 years of middle school.
You know?
Yep.
You guys are like veterans, so.
Yeah.
Well done.
That's great.
Any other questions?
I think it was last year, I read the book, and then I put it to go here, so.
It's reading across Illinois.
We're the world, you know. We have copies for each of you, and there's a sticker on the back that tells that it's Read Across Mattoon, and then when you're done, just pass it on, so if you guys want to do it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And like we said, we'll put more on the table, so as y'all leave, if you want to grab them, you're more than welcome to, but thank you for letting us come.
All right, thank you. All right, we're gonna move on. Oops, sorry. Item 2.2, non-agenda visitors. This is the opportunity for the public to address the board. I don't have any slips. Is there anyone in the crowd who wishes to address the board at this time under this item of the agenda? Seeing none, we'll move on to item 3. That's the consent agenda. This does require board action. The consent agenda contains the following items. Item 3.1, regular board meeting of January 13th, 2026. This is approval of minutes. Item 3.2, under financial, that includes the presentation of bills for approval, the monthly financial reports by fund, and the budget to actual report. Item 3.3, which is the enrollment report, and item 3.4, which is the freedom of information report. That's the entirety of the consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda? Motion from Ashley Overton, second from Cheryl Armstrong. Any discussion about the items on the consent agenda? Seeing none, Kelly?
Branson,
Yes.
Hedges,
Yes.
Overton,
Yes.
Uphoff,
Yes.
Armstrong,
Yes.
Ryder.
Yes. Item 4, reports and recommendations of the business manager. Mr. Gear.
Yes, I got a few things tonight. All right, 4.1, board action for permission to bid matching high school parking lot. So we would have Vessel Stolfus work with the Upchurch Group to plan the upgrade of the senior parking lot at Matching High School. We would use CSFT, that's 1% sales tax revenue from FY26 and FY27 to pay for this, to fund the project. And it would include new concrete parking to replace this current senior lot, lighting in both the junior and senior lots. Mainly the lights go from the senior lot to the junior lot, so we would have to replace all of those. And that would prep us for if we wanted to replace the junior lot down the road as well. So we'll be just ready to go on that, have the electricity in place. And then we would also request an alternate bid to replace the lighting in front of MHS on Walnut Avenue. If you walk down there, the light poles are actually inside the sidewalk. So not ideal, older lights. And so we're gonna get an alternate bid just to see how much that would be to replace that string of lights in front of the entire high school. So project would be completed this summer during June and July of 2026. Here's a map of the high school. North is up. This is the sports lot that we did when we did the renovation with the football field. This would be the senior lot here. And working with Upchurch already, Dustin's come up with some preliminary ideas. Probably the biggest change would be is now the activity or the athletic lot and the senior lot both empty and come in on 25th Street. We would change that entrance and exit to the senior lot over here to 26th Street. So 25th Street would access this lot, 26th Street would access this lot here, and then 27th would do the junior lot. So it would, free up some traffic and make things probably run a little bit smoother there before and after school. So that's a map of that, and the administrative team recommends the board approve the going out to bid for a senior parking lot.
Real quick, John, do you want to share any additional thoughts around this? You sit on the facilities committee, and I know this has come up multiple years now, and other things such as chillers have kind of bumped the senior parking lot. We'd love to be able to do 2, but you brought that up during our committee meetings, if you'd like to share.
Yeah, bottom line, it simply comes down to staying within a budget. And the budget allows for one parking lot now, and hopefully we can look at another one next year or the year after and get the parking lots in tip-top shape. I think it's a great plan, and myself and Dave Earp, who is on vacation this week, have been advised of it about 2 weeks ago, so I recommend approval. And I'll make a motion.
Ken, go ahead.
Yeah, so comparing the junior lot and the senior lot is in worse shape than the junior lot.
I think it just kind of goes, I think they're probably in the same condition, just kind of flow. This
So it
is
just makes sense.
closer to the athletic facilities. It's used more probably to go into the basketball games and football games, and it kind of just makes sense just to kind of go this way with the project is the way we look at it.
Some additional rationale was the lights. So the lights are sourced coming from that direction. So in order for us to kind of start there, we would have to replace the lights. And as Ryan mentioned, we're gonna have to replace those in the junior lot, to then eventually not have to do that. And when we come back to resurface that area.
So part of this is replacing the lights in the junior lot.
Yes, we will do that. That way, if we do get to the senior or the junior lot, then it'll just be concrete curbs and sidewalks. And
Yeah, so
we'll have
don't look at
all
it
lighting.
next year compared to the new lot, because it's probably gonna show pretty well, with LED lights in there that we need to.
It said, the presentation says we're gonna request an alternate bid to replace the light. What does that mean?
So we're just gonna, so the main bid will be for the parking lot, and then they'll tack on another bid, and that's to do electrical work. There's a line of about 6 light poles. You can kind of see them here, 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 and here. And they're actually, the poles are in the middle of these sidewalks. So we would remove them from the sidewalks, move them inside the sidewalk, and then put LED lights instead of the current lights that we have.
Is that we may or may not do it depending on what the cost comes back as? Okay, good.
That may be something that if you want to do the junior.
And so the alternate bid on our next 4.2, we're gonna talk about an alternate bid there. It's just kind of an add-on, and we can see what the budget comes in, whether we want to add that on or not.
Any other questions from the board? Okay, we have a motion to grant permission to the administration to solicit bids as presented, and do we have seconds? So second from Jeff Brinson. Any discussion amongst the board?
Hedges,
Yes.
Overton,
Yes.
Uphoff,
Yes.
Armstrong,
Yes.
Branson,
Yes.
Ryder.
Yes.
All right, 4.2, not as flashy, but board action for permission to bid Mattoon Middle School roof. And this is just part of the roof. Dustin will work again with the Upchurch Group to replace the roof on part of the middle school. We would use CSFTU revenue for FY27, so this is moving into July, after July 1. And it would include the area surrounding Wildcat Gym. And again, we would do an alternate bid to actually do the top of Wildcat Gym as well. The surrounding area needs it more. And I think they're gonna get in there and see what we have and when they plan that. So we'll get an alternate bid for the gym itself, but the main project is the area around the gym. And again, we do this in June and July. Dustin, anything to add to that?
No, not really. I mean, you got, no, not really.
Sorry, put you on the spot.
Well, I was thinking, I mean, no, there's really nothing to add to it that I can tell.
How long ago was that roof worked on? I remember,
Over 20,
It was about, yeah, it was about 20 years.
Yeah.
And I think at that point, we also looked at, the gym roof, because that gym, that new gym, I still call it the new gym, Wildcat Gym, came a little bit later, after that addition was put on. But I think, Brian, do you have a slide of this?
I
Do you have a screenshot of this? Okay. So basically, this is the hallway that you enter into the main gym area, and it runs a pretty significant length along there back to the receiving room. So we've had some issues in that area, most recently over winter break as well. So we're hopeful to be able to do this. And as John pointed out earlier, this is a little bit of the give and take of the need based upon the budget. And so instead of being able to complete both parking lots, junior and senior, this is what takes priority.
So you're not talking about doing the whole group, just part of it?
No, just a portion of it, correct.
Can you piecemeal like that? I mean, is it separate? Is it separate?
We can. I think from Dustin's perspective, if it's cost effective for us to go ahead and get the gym done at the same time, since we'd have everything would be set up, I think we'd like to be able to consider that. But again, I think it's going to come down to the cost of that, and we may have to come back and do that in another year.
there are 2 different levels.
Yeah.
Too.
Okay.
The gym's quite a bit higher than the main bid.
Yeah, these aren't near as flashy as Ryan pointed out. I think you guys have heard me say this over the course of, like, we've been able to do some really good projects and be able to bring some things back up that were deferred. I can't tell you how important that county schools facilities tax has been to, not only to us, but throughout the county. I mean, if you visit our neighbors over in Charleston or even over in Oakland, they've been able to do some significant work on their deferred facilities as well. So it's just getting caught back up to where we should be.
Do you happen to know offhand about what we received from the sales tax.
So, yeah, so last year, so we're on track to receive more than I budgeted this year. So last year I budgeted 3.2 million, we got about 3.4 million. So this year I bumped up the budget to 3.4 million. Right now I have a couple different models. We're tracking close to 3.9 million, I think. So we're almost $500,000 higher than what we budgeted. That's why we're able to have that parking lot in here. So that's what we think we're going to get. So
Just a reminder, those are restricted funds, so those dollars can only be used for facilities or facility-related debt. So for us to be receiving that, I think a big part of that comes from what you're seeing out on the east end of town, I think. With Emerald Acres and that area, we've seen, some other areas grow throughout, not only throughout Mattoon, but also throughout the county that assist in bringing that revenue.
Any other questions for Mr. Gear or comments from the board? Okay, do we have a motion to approve the administration seeking a bid for the project as presented?
Yes.
Motion from John Hedges, second from Jay Cuthoff. Any discussion? Callie?
Hedges,
Yes.
Overton,
Yes.
Uphoff,
Yes.
Armstrong,
Yes.
Branson,
Yes.
Ryder.
Yes.
all right, 4.3, last one, board action to accept a donation from the Hastings Dental Group. So the Hastings Dental Group LLC would like to donate $5,000 to the Nancy Conlon Kindness for Kids Fund. This fund is used to help children and families in our district with numerous items, including clothes, shoes, school supplies, coats, hats, gloves, many other items. Our social workers in each building man this and, find need in our buildings and then work things out and are able to use this fund to help support our local families and kids. So we recommend approval of the acceptance of this donation.
Any questions for Mr. Gear?
Wonderful fund. I mean, I know from working at Riddle, how many times people would go, we're going to Walmart, we gotta buy all the stuff,
We're
yeah.
lucky to have two funds. We have this one and then we also have the United Way Fund that they donate money as well. And we use that for some other projects as well. So we're very lucky as a community to have people donating money that we can help our kids out.
Another quick shout out to Hastings, because I believe they cover some of the donation for LTS at the beginning or over the summer with our student athletes that perform in that at the high school. So again, they've been strong supporters to help students throughout our district.
Any other questions? Do I have a motion to approve the donation from the Hastings Dental Group LLC?
Motion.
Motion from Cheryl Armstrong, second from Ashley Overton. Callie?
Overton,
Yes.
Uphoff,
Yes.
Armstrong,
Yes.
Branson,
Yes.
Hedges,
Yes.
Ryder.
Yes. Item 5 on the agenda, reports and recommendations of the Assistant Superintendent for Human Resources, Dr. Swartz.
Thank you. The board has before them the February personnel report. We have 5.1A certified resignations. Melissa Harrison resigned from the elementary school fourth grade teacher effective January 30th, 2026. Certified appointments, recommending Chad Osberger as Mattoon High School Dean effective beginning of the 26-27 school year. Also recommending Molly Osberger as District Social Worker effective for the beginning of the 26-27 school year. Recommending Christian Yeski as LIFT Construction and Management Facilitator effective for the 26-27 school year. And then Catherine Gosnell, substitute teacher, Rena Mars, Emma Meinhardt, Colton Smothers, Zal Zagel as substitute teachers effective immediately. Classified resignations, Dina Binder resigning as William Elementary School Library Parapro effective February 13th, 2026. Peggy Craig resigning as Rural Elementary School Parapro effective January 23rd, 2026. Haley Henshaw is resigning as William Elementary School Parapro effective January 30th, 2026. And Jagger Jordan resigning as Mattoon Middle School Midship Custodian effective February 13th, 2026. Some classified appointments. Sheila Elder is Riddle Elementary School Supervisor effective immediately. Chase Haywood is Riddle Elementary School Classroom Parapro effective immediately. Sherilyn Vale is Transportation Service Center Bus Aide effective January 20, 2026. Derek Williams, Mattoon Middle School Midship Custodian effective immediately. Megan Walker is Mattoon Middle School Athletics Secretary effective immediately. And then we have Kirsten Hashini and Raven McBride as volunteers effective immediately, along with Brittany Noble and Kimberly Penza. Extracurricular resignations, Michelle Wilson is resigning as Mattoon Middle School softball coach effective January 21st, 2026. And extracurricular assignments, recommending Mr. Chad Osberger as Mattoon High School head varsity football coach for the beginning of the 26-27 school year. Dennis Cole is Mattoon High School assistant girls track coach effective immediately. And then Tiffany Williams is Mattoon Middle School 7th grade and 8th grade girls track coach effective immediately. We also have an addendum. Certified resignations, Kimberly Bratton will be retiring from the district in the spring of 2031. She'll be retiring as Williams Elementary School 4th grade teacher effective for the end of the 2030-31 school year. At that time, she will have served our district for 33 years, her whole career. So, great job. Good lady, she does a good job, so congratulations. Certified appointment, recommending Mattoon High School graduate Delaney Farmer as Williams Elementary School 5th grade teacher effective for the beginning of the 26-27 school year. And then Ibrahim Salame as LIFT IT facilitator effective for the beginning of the 26-27 school year. Classified resignations, Melanie Emmerich is retiring as transportation service bus driver effective May 31st, 2027. And at that time, she would have served our district 17 years as a bus driver. So a great job for us. So congratulations to her as well. Also, Lori Groom is resigning as Little Leaguer Parapro effective May 22nd, 2026. Classified appointments, Hannah Houston, Riddle Elementary School LDS 1 Parapro effective immediately. Extracurricular resignations, Jordan Coleman resigns Mattoon Middle School 7th grade boys basketball coach effective immediately. And then lastly, extracurricular assignments, Hannah Elsie is Mattoon Middle School 7th grade boys track coach effective immediately. Are there any questions? See none, then I recommend the personnel report as presented.
I have just one.
Sure.
We can talk a little bit about Chad being, okay. Then I have no questions.
Take a motion, second, then I comment.
Any questions for Dr. Scotty on the presentation? Okay, do I have a motion to approve the personnel report as presented? Motion from Jeff Branson, is there a second? Second from John Hedges. Go ahead.
So we're happy and excited to welcome, as Dave just alluded to, Chad Augsburger, who is joining he and his wife, his whole family relocating to Mattoon. And Chad will be our new varsity football coach for the upcoming school year. Just a little background and a little history of what he's done. He is currently the head coach at Gibson City and has had a successful track record there. He's got a 28-14 record as the head coach for the past 4 years there. He comes with a background of playing in playoff games and was a part of the staff when Gibson City won their state championship in 1A back in 2017-18 and then back-to-back in 18-19. So we're excited about what he brings to not only to the football program, but as you heard Dave allude to, he also is a dean of students for us and is excited about stepping into that realm. He spent over 20 years in education as a social science teacher at the high school level, and his wife Molly has been working as a social worker, which we're extremely excited to also get in this. And so very fortunate, we think. We had a very strong candidate pool for both positions, both internally and externally. So we're excited to be able to recommend him for that football coaching position. Any questions?
Seeing none, we have a motion and a second. Callie, want to call the roll, please?
Pop,
Yes.
Armstrong,
Yes.
Branson,
Yes.
Hedges,
Yes.
Overton,
Yes.
Ryder.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Scotty. Item number 6, reports and recommendations of the superintendent. Tim?
You good, Dave?
Here.
Yep. So it's that time of year when we start talking about next year. Which it seems to come quicker and quicker each year. So just to kind of discuss some of the things that go into the calendar this year, and I'll walk through some of this. I'll share with you who was a part of that discussion across our district, but also, the many things that you have to think of. That's it really is like a large equation because there are so many days that we want to get in before the first semester ends, and we also would like to have breaks around Thanksgiving and Christmas. So all in all, it looks very similar to what we see this current year. So just to give you guys some background, there are requirements. State code dictates that there are 176 student attendance days. That's also reflected in both of our contracts for our staff. 180 of those days are teacher work days. So we are also granted the opportunity to have 4 teacher institutes annually. One of those can be captured by the regional superintendent to put on a regional institute, which will occur in the subsequent year. And then, as I mentioned, the 4 teacher institute days, and I'll share with you a little bit about what the calendar selection looked like and where those were placed. Registration, we had a survey that was completed in mid-August, and about 80%, 78% indicated that they liked kind of the timing of where the start of the school year was, and then ending before Memorial Day. We have made a slight change that I'll bring to your attention in regards to the fall student-led parent-teacher conference. And then graduation, as you'll recall, that used to be on Memorial Day weekend. We've moved that to the Saturday typically before that. I think it's May 15th, Rich, if I remember correctly, for this upcoming year, which I think has been, we've received some positive feedback from some families around that. As I mentioned, here are the calendar committee members, MEA President Dan Compton, Vice President Carla Moore, Danny Simpson, MESPA President, Amy St. John, and then our honorary Dale Ryder, Board President, who contributed a great deal during that discussion, if I recall.
If you recall incorrectly.
Yeah, that may have been sarcasm. And then Mr. Arnold and I sat in on that as well. So just to kind of give you a breakdown, I'm going to share that we'll recommend calendar A. So calendar A received the most votes from our staff, both MESPA staff as well as confidential staff and MEA staff placed a vote on this. So there were 88% of them chose calendar A versus that of calendar B. And again, there was a slight difference in this that I'll walk through. Just for those that love the data and the numbers, looking at this, the first semester consists of 86 student attendance days compared to 89 teacher attendance days. So those 3 days different are going to be teacher institute days. The second semester is 90 with student attendance and 91 with teacher attendance. So you see that total reflecting what a couple slides earlier. So here's kind of the breakdown, the key dates, and again, after the board chooses to approve this tonight, we'll post the upcoming school calendar so families and staff can start to plan out what next year is going to look like. We'll post that later this week. But the first 2 days are Teacher Institute days on Monday, August 10th, as well as Tuesday, August 11th, with the first student attendance day being that Wednesday, August 12th. The last student and teacher attendance day plan is for May 20th, which is well in front of or before Memorial Day, and graduation, as I mentioned earlier, is May 15th. So the change, just to bring some indication to this was some discussion with MEA as well as our building principals around our student-led parent-teacher conferences. And we are bringing back some afternoon conferences that we've not done on that Thursday prior to the Thursday evening conferences and then the all-day Friday conferences. So we think that this will assist with students being able to lead those conferences and not feel like the time crunch is quite so tight. And we have found some very positive feedback from both parents and staff around being able to extend some of this out. On the calendar, I'll show the calendar here shortly, and then I'll point this out. But it's going to be indicated as a full parent-teacher conference day. But pause on that. I'm going to explain a little bit more. So that would be on Thursday, the 15th of October, and Friday, the 16th, in which students will not be in attendance, but students will be there for their student-led conferences. Winter break is a 2-week winter break from December 21st through January 1st. And teachers return for an institute day on Monday, January 4th, and then students returning the subsequent day on Tuesday, the 5th. Spring break, very similar to what we see upcoming here later this year or in next month. So March 29th or March 22nd through the 29th, and students and teachers return together on that Tuesday, the 30th. So here's a look of what that calendar looks like. Obviously, you probably can't see that from where you're seated, but the color codes, which again will be posted on the website, indicate that. But to draw your attention to the October 15th and 16th are indicated both as full parent-teacher conference days. That's how the state requires that to be. However, we are going to use the morning of the 15th for professional development. So staff will be able to have some professional development time in their buildings. The state does not allow us to encode that. I don't know if Dave's seen this, seen how the ISB system is a little archaic, so you can only code one thing for each day. So that's why it looks like this on this calendar. But more information will come out to staff probably later this school year, working with Dr. Will Hoyt and Mr. Arnold on what those professional development days will be. The calendar at a glance, you'll see on the right-hand side there is what we have typically put out also on our website for families. So that will also be up later this week, pending board approval. Any questions before we move off of this? Okay. Last slide is my recommendation that the board approve calendar option A for the 26-27 school year.
Questions for Tim? Anybody? Okay. With that, do we have a motion to approve the calendar year 2026, 2027, sorry, academic year 2026, 2027 district calendar as presented?
Yes.
Motion from Ashley Overton, second from Cheryl Armstrong. Any discussion amongst the board? Kelly?
Armstrong,
Yes.
Branson,
Yes.
Hedges,
Yes.
Overton,
Yes.
Uphaw,
Yes.
Ryder.
Yes. Okay, item 7, reports and recommendations of other district personnel regarding MHS English as a second language course.
Yeah, this should be a pretty quick one here. We are looking, high school came to CCC in reference for seeking approval for an ESL course. Just to give you kind of a little bit of a background here, course code and description that's shown here. ESL stands for English as a Second Language, and it's basically, this course is going to be designed for acquisition and rapid mastery of the English language. Helps focus on reading, writing, speaking, and listening skills, and there is extensive listening and speaking practices within this course. Helps to build an auditory or an oral skills, then get to have an opportunity to move on to the reading and writing. And this course is going to be able to provide with basic structures of the English language, as well as help students progress from maybe more of an elementary understanding into more English words, verb tenses, and a more comprehensive grasp of the English language. And then, once that is complete, they'll have the opportunity then to move into some of those more traditional, regular English courses. Obviously, the ESL will also provide the opportunity to still help introduce and share customs and cultures within the diverse populations throughout the United States that we have. Share that so that I can kind of share with you a little bit about what the rationale was behind this. So over the course of time, not just Mattoon High School, but Mattoon schools in general have seen an increase of students who would qualify for an ESL course. Last year, we had 10 students that would have qualified. That number is held steady with the graduation of seniors and then those incoming freshmen, with 10 students there this year. That number may have even changed since that data was collected. Currently, what happens at the high schools, those students are enrolled in a foreign language 1 or 2 course. While they're enrolled within that course, those students receive support from Ms. Buchetta, who is the foreign language teacher, one of the foreign language teachers, as well as Ms. Jones, who is our district ELL teacher, and they assist in helping them gain the acquisition of the English language. What we recommend is a slight change with that, where students, instead of being enrolled into the foreign world language classes, would be enrolled into English as a second language. They would still receive the support from Ms. Puchetta through foreign language and Ms. Jones through the ELL instruction in order to gain those language proficiency skills in English. But this way, students will have an opportunity to actually gain credit on their transcript, which is more accurate to the services and the skills that they are acquiring as they master it. So this was taken to Curriculum Coordinating Committee, received unanimous approval there. And so that's how we come to you, and it's the recommendation of the administrative team and the Curriculum Coordinating Committee to approve the ESL course at Mattoon High School.
Any questions for Mr. Arnold?
I do. So, like the foreign world languages, one that was on their transcript, did not count as something, but this, the English second language, will count as an English course, one of their English courses now?
Yes, it did count. It did count as credit, but it didn't accurately represent what skills they were acquiring through that coursework. This will actually show up on the transcript as that they were seeking and receiving mastery skills within ESL. So, yeah.
And it does count as an English course then?
Yeah.
One of their English
Yes.
courses?
Yes.
Okay.
So will it just be like the 10 students in one classroom, like,
Yes.
or will it be
Yes.
with, okay,
Mhm.
good, because I didn't want it to be in another English class and then trying to. Got it.
And they can still receive the same opportunities to take classes like world foreign languages and their other courses as well too, but this will be more accurately represented on the transcripts.
And when would this take effect?
It would take effect for next school year.
Next school year.
Other questions? Okay, do I have a motion to approve the ESL course at Mattoon High School as presented?
Yes.
Motion by Ashley Overton, second by John Hedges. Any discussion on the board? Callan?
Branson,
Yes.
Hedges,
Yes.
Overton,
Yes.
Uphaul,
Yes.
Armstrong,
Yes.
Ryder.
Yes. All righty, thank you, Mr. Arnold. Next item on the agenda that has action items is new business, item 9.
Yeah, there's nothing on the agenda for this, but just as the board has become accustomed to, board asked for some kind of around the district updates at our monthly meetings. So just a reminder, this Friday is a Teacher Institute Day, so we'll have staff working in buildings, but no student attendance, and Monday is President's Day, so no students or staff. Franklin, Jamie, and her crew have gotten pretty busy with some preschool roundup that has already started. So as you recall, we typically start to build that wait list for our preschool as we start to identify students who are eligible, but they're not able to come into those programs because we're capped at this point. So that will continue to build, and I think, Jamie, you've got one coming up in March and then again in April for some of those roundups, which just for everybody that may be able to share with families, those are free screenings for students that are, for kids that are age 2 through 5, both vision and hearing screenings. Is that right, Jamie?
Yes.
So, JROTC Military Ball, I think this is the 91st, if I remember right, Rich, something like that, right? It's been a few, Dale may remember. That is on February 28th at 6 p.m. So board members, please feel free if you'd like to attend to reach out to Callie or I, and we'll be happy to get you signed up for that. Another plug here for our friends at Sarah Bush, as well as the area Rotary, both Mattoon and Charleston Area Rotary, has teamed up with Sarah Bush to provide free health screenings for athletes ages 15 through 17. So if you have a 15-year-old, a 17-year-old who's playing in high school sports, come out for a free health screening. That is March 7th out at the Sarah Bush Heart Center. And then one more plug for the high school. Dee Dalby helps assist with this, but Futures Day is coming up at the high school at the end of March. Huge event for our students to become connected and learn what opportunities exist, both college pathways as well as career. I guess, and just, I think Dee was still collecting, high school is still collecting opportunities for people in the community that wish to be a part of that. Feel free to reach out and we can connect you as well as that. And lastly, I just would like to share both my appreciation for the board, but also for our parents and guardians and staff for a successful 2 e-learning days that we had back on January 26th and 27th. I know for some of our families that the children don't have daycare during that day, that sometimes that daycare becomes a guardian, sometimes it becomes a grandparent, and that can be a little bit of a challenge. But kudos to our tech department who has helped to try and problem solve through that. Our administrators, our teachers that have been communicating that. And just so you know, when we returned to school on January 28th, our attendance rates were at about 92%. So we did not have students that were still concerned about attending school. Either that or their parents were really excited to get them back. So that's all I have on a quick little recap. Any questions or information from the board, please feel free to share. Anybody? Okay. Next item on the agenda is item 10, executive session. The board now is going to retire into executive session to discuss matters pertaining to student discipline, the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees. So we will go ahead and retire into the executive session. There will be no substantive business conducted after we return. So other than the adjournment motion and the vote on that, there'll be nothing going on when we come back. You're welcome to stay and increase it if you like. Otherwise, we'll wish you all a very pleasant evening. With that, I make a motion to retire to executive session. Motion by Jake Uphoff to retire to executive session, second by Ashley Overton.
Yeah, Hedges,
Yes.
Overton,
Yes.
Uphoff,
Yes.
Armstrong,
Yes.
Branson,
Yes.
Riker.
Yes. Everybody have a good evening.